What's poppin', world? I hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, click that bell so you get notification anytime I go live, anytime I post a video. If you've been here before and you know I'm about to put that fire out, consider hitting that like button so we can get to the YouTube algorithm and more people can see this content. And if any point during this video you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. You came here to get the truth, so let's go ahead and get it popping. Today, we're going to watch a couple of clips from the Harley Initiated podcast. Now, these fellas invited 3 women on, and they're in there talking about marriage, engagement, proposals, men, women, dating, so on and so forth, right? But today, we're going to key in on one of the women, right? She's 35 years old. She's a dime piece. She happens to be an entrepreneur. And we're going to break down as to if this is a delusional modern day woman or if she's on to something. Y'all already know how I do. Without further ado, let's get into this.
I just want to make sure.
I desire.
Like, okay.
I desire to be married, but the thing for me is, if it's not aligned, I'm not interested, and I just refuse to allow for society to make me. Because being in a relationship is easy. Getting married is easy, but being with a person where you have the same focus, not even the same focus, the same passion and calling and morals and core values, like that's way different. Like alignment to me is so important. Yeah. And if I don't find my unicorn, baby, there's next life. And I'm going to spend this one making it the best doggone life I could. And my life is so rich. I have incredible friendships. I have an amazing family. Like, I actually love my life. Right. So if it's not someone that's adding value, I'm not interested. I don't have warm body syndrome where I need somebody to lay in the bed next to me at night. I don't have that. Yeah. I like my own. I feel like I enjoy myself. I enjoy my tribe. I enjoy, all of the things. And so inside of that, if there's not a man that is aligned where I can recklessly trust his leadership over my life, recklessly respect this man, then I don't want it.
Mm-hmm. So just so we can get context, because I want to get
all right, guys. So you saw that, you heard that. Some of the things she said, there's a lot of truth in it, right? You should, as a woman, want to have a man whose leadership you can trust, right? You should want to be able to trust this man as a leader. Now, some of the other things she said, right? He has to, basically, in a nutshell, right? I'm going to break this down, right? I'm going to decode what she said. I know womanese. This guy has to fit into her life. He has to fit into her lifestyle. She was big on saying how her life was rich, she enjoys her tribe, so on and so forth, right? So she's saying that a man has to come in and fit into her program. Another thing, she's pretty much saying this guy has to be perfect. She's saying if he ain't perfect, I don't want him. I'll soar on into the next lifetime. She is basically saying this man has to be perfect. Now, she's 35 years old. She is a beautiful woman. I will admit she is beautiful. I believe she's been engaged twice, right? Or at least once, or maybe she's turned down 2 proposals, but I know she's been proposed to at least twice. Now, this woman, at the moment, she's not married, right? I believe in another part of that video, she did say that she was currently seeing someone. But guys, I want you to listen to the mindset of a lot of these modern day women. And women, if you're watching, please don't be this way. She's pretty much saying he's got to be a perfect guy. And he's got to fit into her program. That is not the way this goes. Women, or the woman, should fit into the man's program. The man is the head. The man is the leader, right? The woman is to submit to the man. That's why In Ephesians 5:22-25, it speaks about wives submitting to the husbands and husbands loving their wives. In 1 Corinthians 11:3, right? The head of every woman is man. If you tap into Genesis 2:18, when God made Eve out of Adam's rib, he said no man should be alone. And he created a woman to be a man's suitable helper. Right? The way she's talking, she wants a man who's going to be her suitable helper, right? She said, oh, he must come in and add value. Sure. The question is, what value are you going to add as a woman, right? She's speaking as if this man is going to come in and he's going to be her suitable helper, right? Ladies, you need to be able to fit into that man's program. There's no way around that. Typically, relationships and marriages fail when it's the other way around. When that man is chasing behind you, trying to fit into your life. At some point, it becomes very unattractive to most women. We're going to shoot over here to this next clip, and we're going to discuss if she really is delusional. Let's get into this.
She says, ladies, stop having children with men who haven't married you, and you're in control of your womb, and stop wasting time. As women, we only want youth and beauty. We only have youth and beauty. Use it wisely.
Can I say something? I want to say something.
What you got to say on that, Sarah?
Yeah, I don't want to. Wait, what was her name?
Shout out to Ari.
Ari, thank you. First of all, I love your standpoint, and I hope that you stick with that for your body. I think that that's really beautiful. Right. But to act like most people, let's say 99.9% of people are not sexually active on this planet. Some just get pregnant and decide to be responsible and go through with it. I don't think that that's something that we should villainize or take away from, because I'm sure there's been accidents for probably every person that is even watching this live. And if not, I love that for you, but for the majority of others, that's just not the case. And so I do think that there is a difference. There might be something that Chelsea gets to experience being a mom that I may never get to experience, because I'm 35 years old and I don't have kids now. And maybe her kids are going to be able to be there for her at a capacity that I may not even be able to experience if I don't meet my husband and not have kids. So right. I don't think that there's a right way or a wrong way to do anything. And just a shout out to Shar too, when she said, I did it. There is no wrong way. You got a beautiful opportunity to learn what works for you and what didn't. And you having children is never a mistake. So I hear what you're saying, but also, do that for you, but let's not villainize others.
Well, let me just say this. Because
all right, guys. So you saw that, you heard that. So what happened, if you missed it, was someone sent a super chat into the show. And in a nutshell, they said, the lady was telling the women, don't have kids by a man who you're not married to, right? Do not have children out of wedlock, right? It's your body. It's up to you who you letting in, right? Right? Remember, women control access to sex. Women control access to sex, right? So that's all the young lady who super chatted in said. She was saying, don't have children out of wedlock, outside of wedlock. And most people would look at it and say, oh, okay, that's a no-brainer, right? That's a no-brainer. For the best results for you and your children, you want to make sure you're bonded/married to a man whom is the father, right? And those are for the best results in life for the most part, right? So she comes in, I believe her name is Sarah, and she says, no, there's no right or wrong way to do anything. Huh? She said there is no right or wrong way to do anything. Now that's the most absurd thing I've ever heard, right? There's no right or wrong way to do anything. I think it's the opposite. I think there is a right way to do everything. There's a right way to do everything. Now, her making that comment makes me think, do you not read books? Do you not look at stats? Do you not believe in God? Do you not believe or follow the Bible? Right? All type of things is going off my head when I hear a woman say there's no right or wrong way to do anything. Really? What kind of statement is that to make? Right? And remember, thousands of people are listening to this young lady speak, and it's just insane. It's insane. So then she says, no need in shaming. And then she goes on to say something about a lot of people make accidents, right? We've all had accidents, so on and so forth, right? Then in the end, she comes back and says, having a kid is never a mistake. Huh? Hold on. We got to be real here. A lot of the children out here were quote unquote mistakes, right? Let's just call it for what it is. A lot of the kids out here, when their parents had sex, they were not planning to get pregnant and have that baby. That's a lot, especially if you tap into the black community. I believe the stats show like 80% of black women have babies or have had kids, but only 26% of them have been married. Do the math on that. 80% have had babies. Only 26% has been married. So when you tally up those numbers and then you look at rates of those committing crimes, those who are getting incarcerated, whether it be jail or prison, and they survey those people who are behind bars, and majority of them come from single parent households, I think it's fair to say that there is a right way to have children or raise children, right? It's in a 2-parent household, right? Even if you look at the academic numbers and rates and success rates academically, right? A lot of the kids struggling are the kids who come from single parent households, right? This isn't rocket science, but she came on to say there's no right or wrong way to do things and don't judge others. All this hogwash, right? And this is the mindset of a lot of modern day women. Now, if you're a modern day woman watching this may not pertain to you. I'm not talking about all of y'all. Some of y'all great. If you're doing a good job, keep up the good work, right? That's not y'all watching this video right here. That's somebody else on somebody else's channel. Y'all over here, I know y'all perfect. But that's insane. And again, 35-year-old entrepreneur, a dime piece, right? She bad. She look good. She looking good. But the society we live in allows women to speak and move this way, right? Because they're making good money, so on and so forth, right? But it's insane what she's saying. I thought this would be simple logic, right? So that's why I say this 35-year-old woman is delusional, right? Now, shout out to Sarah. She cool. I'm not trying to come at her personally or nothing like that. I'm more so just attacking her arguments, right? And the statements that she's making. I don't have nothing against her as a person. I don't know her, right? We love everybody. But the things she's saying is insane. And we got to get away from this, guys. We have got to get away from this. Women, find you a man who you can follow, right? Find a man who has great character, morals, values, right? A man who's able to take care of himself before he takes you on, right? A man who follows a higher power, right? Not just following himself, right? A man who is grounded spiritually. A man who's grounded financially. A guy who has a good mental, right? A guy who can solve problems. Men, find you a woman who's fit, feminine, beautiful, right? Submissive, cooperative, right? Agreeable. A woman who is willing to follow you. This isn't rocket science, but many people are making it rocket science, and it really ain't, right? It really is not. But that's all I got for you guys. Like this video, share this video, leave a comment in the comment section. I could be off. Remember, subscribe to the channel. We're growing fast. Speech the beast. Speech the beast. And remember, guys, keep God first. I love you all. Be blessed.